Okay, guys, so thank you for being here. I am Melissa Shaver, and I'm super excited to have the conversation tonight and the training in regards to onboarding. And I was sharing just a little bit earlier before we hit the record button that, and we're going to talk about that a lot tonight. Systems are everything in this business. You have to be systems oriented and not people oriented or a person oriented. To be able to see success in this business, network marketing, and to be able to have time freedom. And so we're going to be working through our onboarding system. Many of you guys know we have a system for prospecting, we have a system for onboarding, we have a system for retaining and retention, all those different pieces. And we really want to start working together to make sure that you are doing it, I am doing it, and then the people that we, our prospects that we recruit and they join us, that they're doing it as well. That's how you build legacy companies. And so I want to make sure that we're focused on that and doing that tonight. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and we are going to get started. Let me see, let me move this over. There we go. Okay. So let's talk through this and let me close us up a little bit. So onboarding, I have a new ambassador. What do I do now? And I really want us to understand that everything that we're doing, that it's critical that we understand the key to duplication and the key to massive growth in network marketing is simplicity. We have to really bring it all the way down because we are all busy. We all have a lot going on in our life, and this business is a tool for us to be able to continue what we're doing, to get out of what we're doing. Maybe we're wanting to change careers, different things like that. So creating these systems allow you to have that freedom that you've always wanted. The whole reason that you got into this was time freedom and financial freedom. So it's crucial that you are systems focused when it comes to growing a business and not people or a specific person dependent. In that, I mean, if Melissa Shaver grew, to an emerald team, but everybody could only focus, like they could only do what Melissa was doing, and it was all word of mouth, and I was working with all of you and all of your teams and all of my legs, I literally would be working 24/7, would have zero time, would get burned out. So whenever you're systems focused and you get it really simple, that's where you're able to plug them in and be able to start building duplication, and you're really going to see momentum with that. So let's talk a little bit about our onboarding system. It's simple steps, very clearly defined. It's tools based. Corporate has done an excellent job of giving us the tools that we need, and it's action oriented. You want to see your new ambassadors get into action from the very beginning. And guys, this is the big deal, is that we work so hard. February was an incredible month for us. I think March is going to be even bigger in regards to recruiting. And so often we recruit our new ambassadors and then we take our foot off the pedal. And sometimes I feel like that might be because we don't know what the next step is. And we have to have a plan, and we have to know the next step of that plan. And maybe that's why you pulled back. Maybe it's a little bit intimidating because you don't know where to plug them in. But whenever you have a system in place, you're going to have a higher success rate for setting them up to grow, but also a success rate of retention and of loyalty and of them seeing results with their products and with their business. So I want us just to work through and understand that your process began with your first conversation. The very first time that you messaged your potential, the system began. Without realizing it, guys, they watched your system of send, share, and invite. And the more you become an expert of that, the more comfortable you are with that, the smoother that is going to be, and people are going to start seeing you work through it, and it's going to feel very easy and simple to them. So when you began to introduce that to them, then they're going to come to the realization that that's how they begin sharing. When you enroll them over the phone, and this is a really big piece, I know everyone does not enroll, and I want y'all to know that our virtual office actually has a way, it's a printout that's a beautiful printout, shows us the way to be able to walk through the steps with your people. But whenever you're able to enroll them over the phone, I would say 99% of my people over the last 6 years have been over the phone. It immediately builds loyalty. It builds a bond. It's people, some people that I've never met before. I have people sending me people of their friends. They give me names and contacts, and I say, do they know that I'm going to call them? We start a conversation. So that I've seen high success with that. And I think for some people, whenever they feel like that they're a little bit frustrated, or they ghost them, or they, signed up on their own, but now they're not saying anything, we've missed the whole link of the chain of binding. And the chain of binding is having voice-to-voice conversations and starting to build a loyalty. So it helps you for them to not make mistakes in that, and sets you up to have those conversations around the business, around our Plexus perks, which is a huge piece of retention, and around vision casting. So you're just having those conversations as you're signing them up. Your highest potential for success is within your first 24 hours of signing. And that's what we're going to talk about. Your first 24 hours, 2 days, 7 days, and 30 days. That's kind of your benchmarks of knowing, okay, what's my next step? What's the next right thing for me to do whenever I have a new ambassador? So whenever you have them on the phone, you don't want to do it during that time because you're only there to sign them up, to kind of plant some seeds, but you do want to schedule time to speak with them over the phone so that you can start the onboarding process for them. So once you sign them, you have a getting started checklist, guys. That is that welcome letter that you send. It is a how-to email. That how-to is going to tell them how to take the products. It's going to talk to them about their detox. And also in that, in the ones that I have in our units on our page, it also has at the very bottom business information on that. So you can send them all of that. They really need to know their ambassador number. Usually they get a letter from corporate, but not always. And so you're going to want to help them know what their ambassador number is. And then you want to speak to them about their perks and how they're going to get free products, keeping that subscription turned on, and then do a back office tour, which we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. These pieces are crucial. And I will say for me, I send them a little bit of information. You really want to keep it simple. You don't want it to be a 10-page document at all. It's a one-pager and that's it. With the back office tour for me, in my first 60 days with any ambassador, whether wholesale, well, really wholesale with my business ambassadors, we're talking every day whenever they first sign up. But with my wholesale ambassadors, I give them tours because we speak on a weekly basis our first month, and then in every other week in our second month. And so we literally go into the back office together on those calls, and they're able to look at the back office, how to change their orders, how to change the dates of their orders, how to find their perks numbers, all those different things. So it just, once again, builds that customer loyalty and builds retention. So in your first 48 hours, so your first 2 days, this is unit 1 and unit 6, I believe, in our Passionate Pursuit page. In your first 48 hours, you really want to qualify your new ambassador. How committed are they? Are they joining just to get a discount? Are they not sure whether they want to build a business? Or are they all in and ready to get started? You really want to qualify that. And it's a very comfortable, easy conversation, but it's going to help you support them 100% within what their desires are. You're setting up the expectations right off the bat. So you just ask that simple question, just so I know how to best support you getting started. Are you joining just to get a discount on the products? Or would you like to make some money by sharing with others? So just something easy. You have to remember that when you're signing up ambassadors, you have on an advisor hat. You are a business owner, you're advising, you're educating, and you're informing. So asking these questions is not absurd in any way. You are giving them the best customer service. So the key question to ask your new ambassador is to invite them to share Plexus, and depending on their answer, you will know your next steps, okay? We're going to be talking tonight about those people that are saying, yes, I want to pay for my products, or yes, I want to do this business. And we're going to talk through how to onboard them. Now, this Launching Strong handout is in Passionate Pursuits page, and it is a front and back. And if they say yes and you're scheduling that time to spend with them, you do not want that conversation to be more than 1 hour. You don't want to overwhelm. You want to keep it simple. The conversation is going to be very easy and comfortable. You can do it as a Zoom. I've done it as a Zoom. You can do it as a phone call, and you can do it face to face. So you can do it any way. I bring it with me if it's face to face. This is a tool that I'm showing you. It does not have to, you don't have to sit there and do homework with them. It is a tool for you to have conversation around. So I usually take it with me. If I'm doing it over the phone or over Zoom, we're just having the conversation, and I might be writing my notes into this so that I have it, so that I can get to know this person a little bit better and definitely meet their expectations. So you don't want to overwhelm. You really want to do one step at a time, and you want to keep it simple. The key components on this is their why, how to stay motivated. They're going to tell you how to stay motivated, and you want to get those top 20 friends and family. That's their hot list that you want to get them started on in their very first week. Okay, so the game plan is that launching meeting, and what are the benefits of that? It's going to help set the proper expectations. It's going to help them define their why. There's a short term and a long term. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's going to help them set their 30-day business goal. Like, we want them to have a win in their first 30 days. Teach them how to make a contact list, teach them how to approach and invite a prospect, and get them into action and give them assignments, okay? And those assignments, it's just very small homework, but they're going to be accountable to that. So setting those proper expectations. On this handout, it's in the staying motivated area. This only takes 5 minutes to do this, but you really want to set those proper expectations. And this is where your new ambassador could fail. If those expectations aren't set and you don't share those things with them very quickly, but they need to know to be prepared for the emotional roller coaster. They need to know that even your story around mindset and building your mindset, and that there's high highs and low lows, and just like the seasons of life, you go up and down as an entrepreneur. You need to let them know that their first no might hurt a little bit. They might be taken back, and you need to let them know that you've gotten a lot of no's yourself, that you've survived them, and that you've been successful on the other side of those no's. So instill that long-term mentality. I love to ask them to give it a 1-year commitment. And that is on this handout at the top. It's just something that they can sign to say, hey, I am committed. And I let them know I'm going to help you. And even in our leadership in Passionate Pursuit, every beginning of the year, I always share with my leaders, hey, give it 1 more year, right? Let's all commit right now to 1 more year. So this is where staying motivated is used on the worksheet. And that is, when it gets rough, when it gets hard, how can I help you help yourself? What will help you stay motivated? Usually it's going to be somewhere around that why. So let's talk a little bit about that, because you want to be able to help identify their why. You want to get them excited about the possibilities and remind them of why they joined in the first place and the excitement of even what you're doing. You want them to see what life can look like for them. You want to paint that picture for them and share your why. To get conversation started. Share a little bit about that. We all need to remember that people don't buy opportunities, they buy solutions. So if they're doing this business, if they're wanting to pay for their products, if they're wanting to really grow a business and maybe bring in a specific amount of income on a monthly basis, those are solutions for a problem that they have. And that's what we need to understand. So setting that why, hearing that why, you writing down that why so that you remember it, that is something that you'll always go back to whenever they might feel that emotional roller coaster. So questions that you can ask to help them with their why. What made you say yes? So tell me a little bit. Like, I'm so excited that you're with me. Tell me what made you say yes to joining me. What's missing in your life right now? You know, do you not have enough time to be with your family? Do you not have enough money to pay for all the expenses of your month? Is it a health issue? Do you feel like that you need security? Bob Heilig speaks a lot about this in his business. Like, he stepped into network marketing because he was in medical sales and realized that people were being let go. And like, he was next in line for that. There was no security in that job, and he wanted to be able to control that. Or are they looking for purpose? Are they looking for purpose in their life? So those are great questions to be learning about them and figuring out. How much money would you need to make each month to really get excited about this? So that for me is mamas that are working full time that want to be home with their babies. It could be someone that doesn't like their job currently and they'd really like to step out of that, but they've got to have that income. It could be somebody that just needs about $500 extra to be able to take care of kiddos and their extracurricular activities. Figuring out what that looks like for them. And then what would that money do for you? You really want to ask those questions. How would that make you feel? Guys, you're helping them set up their why so that they can wake up every morning, do this business in the nooks and crannies while they're still doing their full-time jobs or whatever else it is that they're working on. So in their why, you want them to have, there's going to be a short term and a long term. And that happens. You probably have even felt that with yourself. The short term could be, I really want to pay off this credit card. The long term could be, I want to be debt free. So there's going to be that, in letting them know that right now it might be to pay for those products, right? That's that short term why. I really need these products. My body needs these products, but I don't currently have the budget for them to fit within our budget, so they've got to be paid for. That could be their short term. But you write it down so that you will remember and you can help them remember in the future. The next thing that you really want to work with them on is their people list. We really need to get that list down. We're in the people business, so that contact list that they have, it's key to sticking to their plan and knowing what they need to do each and every day. Remember how we said this is simple, and what's just the next step? We just want them to do the next step. The next step is getting that contact list so that they can even start the conversations. You really, guys, you really need to talk to them. No prejudging. Write down every person you know. Don't prejudge to say they would never do the business, or they already make a lot of money, or they're so busy, there's no way that they would do this business with me. Do not prejudge. Just write down the names. You want them to really get down, and you're going to see this right here. And I'm sorry that it's so blurred in this handout. I was trying to blow it up for us so that you could see, but it's at the bottom of the first page. It's a front and back page. It's the 10 easiest people and the 10 best people. The easiest are your friends and your family that love you and you love them. And the best are your business builders. Like, this would be my A team, these people, and this is why they'd be excellent at it. Kind of share with them about the Franks list, right? Your friends, relatives, associations that you're in, your neighbors, your kids, in the sports and things that they're in, and then the things that you do socially. So really helping them. Who did you go to high school with? Who did you go to college with? Who is on your Facebook friends list? Who's in your contact on your phone? So helping them with that. If they say, I can't think of 50 people who would want to do this, guys, they're already prejudging. Number one, they know 50 people and they're prejudging them. But what we want them to do in those first 24 to 48 hours is to get that top 20. If they write down as many as they can think of without prejudging, and then pull out those top 10 family and friends and top 10 business, we are on our way for them to have a win. So helping them do that. So in the first 30 days of their goals, this is on the back of the sheet, and it's your milestones. Once again, we do not want to overwhelm them, but we want to give them a roadmap of what they need to do first. What is that first goal? What are they going after? So we do not want to tell them the entire journey to diamond. We don't want to show them the entire compensation plan. How many of you even still understand the compensation plan? I know for me, it was so overwhelming that I thought that it couldn't really be true. Like, how do you get paid 11 different ways? And so all I did was, okay, just what's my first step? Like, what's the first thing that I have to do? And I just did the first thing. And then I said, okay, what's my next thing? And that's what we want to do with them. And we really want to visually outline that for them. And it's right here for you to be able to see of what they can pull up. You help them get their win in those first 30 days. Whenever they see that they can sign a new ambassador, that they can get a new customer, those wins are huge. And then the Fast Start Silver is such a big piece, and really clearly explain this to them, especially if they're all in on this business, of the potential of what they can do with Fast Start Silver. Guys, whenever you're writing these things down and they clearly know their goals, studies show that they triple their chances of reaching it. So we really want it to be clearly defined for them, that they know, this is what I'm going to go home and do. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. And this is how I'm going to start reaching out. Okay. This is the Fast Start Gold. It's in your back office. You might even want to take it with you whenever you meet with them, or pull it up so that they can see it if you're on a Zoom or something like that with them. You need to let them know their potential. Once again, you can't prejudge your people. And so you want to know that with Fast Start Silver, that they can get $422 in their very first 14 to 30 days. In 60 days, they can get another $603, and then in their 90 days. So they literally have the potential of $2,347. You have to they deserve to at least hear it. You're not pushing them. You're not making them do anything. You're not being aggressive with it. You're having on your advisor hat, you're informing and you're educating, and you're allowing them to make their own decisions with this. But this is a huge piece of people really launching big, and you never know what they need financially and what's going on. You also don't know their full influence of who all they could bring on. So for you to stay silent in this is a disadvantage to them, and you really are doing this for their benefit. And also, I want you to know with Fast Start Silver, because I'm asked this a lot, if your person actually only bought a $99 welcome pack, because Fast Start Silver in this type of a compensation plan, they have to do a $199 welcome pack, like everyone that joins them. They can still do Fast Start Silver if they joined you with a $99. They just need to add $100 to their PV, and they're totally set up for this compensation plan of this piece. So I cannot read. It said, oh, what do I say? I'm like, I can't see with my little banner across there. So this is the next thing, is they need to start knowing what to say, how to say it, and you're going to be holding their hand in this whole process. Help them script their first post. We see a post right here. You might even, if you're with them at a coffee house or something, take a picture of the two of you guys together, or give them a drink. If they have not gotten their products yet, give them one a slim, have them shake it up, take a selfie. Reach out to everyone who liked that post. You're training them on this. So you're going to say, we're going to do this. These are the words that I want you to use. I want you to post this. And everyone who likes, we're going to reach out to those people. I want you to reach out to all of them. I want you to ask them, what did they like? What spoke to you about my post? What made you excited about that? Do you have 3 minutes to watch a video? And then what stood out to you in that video? Okay, so that is the process that they're going to go to. Help them script those messages so that they know exactly what to say. We've got all of that in all of our scripts on Passionate Pursuit. Let them know that you're right there and that you are going to stay daily in touch with them. Let them know that you have three-way chats, three-way calls. They can message you at any time. They can ask any questions, but you are literally right here walking side by side with them. And remind them that you're there to answer anything that they need. And there's no dumb question, right? I always have to let my people know, I will bend over backwards for you. I will move the heavens for you. I am here. My phone is here. Whatever you need. My new ambassadors have my full attention. And so let them know that you are there to support them fully and completely. So in those messages, you really want them to know that the relationship is key to it. So be very conversational in your messages, as if you're seeing them face to face. Your 10 easiest lists, those are your closest friends, your closest family. Now this piece is going to look different. And guys, I really need for you to put on the hat of a new ambassador. Now, you know as well as I do, I hope that you're following our systems for prospecting. We have an IPA challenge that's even going on this week with how to message all the people and use the system, which is send, share, invite. With a new ambassador, they are brand new. We are just getting started and they're working with their hot market. So with their friends and family, it looks a little bit different for them. They're still going to use those videos and things like that, but their messaging is different. They haven't even started the products yet themselves. So they're really going to look at a message that has help, favor, and try in their message. And these, like I said, this is their mom, their best friend, their sister. I need your help. Can you do me a favor and watch a video of some products that I've started on? I'm really excited about the possibilities. Now, after they watch that video, because they're going to say, yeah, I'll watch it, because that's all you're asking. I'm starting these products. I want you to watch this video. Can you help me with that? They're going to watch it. And then you're going to say, what did you love about it? What resonated with me when I watched it was whatever it is for that person, right? The sleep, the energy, just the possibilities, right, of living life differently. So whatever it is, and I know that that's something that you've been dealing with, would you be willing to try my products? Now, these are their besties. These are their parents. So their message to them looks a little bit different because they're so familiar with them. It's their hot market and they're brand new. So we will end up plugging them in probably after their first 30 days into the send, share, invite that we do every day without even thinking, because it's become a habit. But for your new ambassadors, you have to put on that new ambassador hat, and their system looks a little bit different in their first 30 days. Everybody with me? Lisa, you with me on that? Does that make sense? Are you giving me a thumbs up or something to tell me that you're with me? Okay. I don't know. She's not giving me anything. Hopefully you're tracking. Okay, so getting customers is going to boost their confidence and give them an immediate win and help them win in their first 30 days. So you have to realize that in those first 30 days, they are working on that warm market. They're working on the people that they already know, that they've had friends with, and all that great stuff. So this is one of the tools that we have, and we're going to look at our back office here in just a minute. That's in our back office, and it is so crucial that you share with them the magnificent tools that they have in their virtual office. But this is how they say to work with your besties. Hey friend, you've got to hear what I'm doing. I was watching a friend on Facebook who was struggling with not feeling her best. You know, the stuff we always seem to be talking about. Can I share my excitement and story with you about some great products I've been using? Perhaps we could do this together. I might even be able to teach you how to get your products paid for. So that is another way that you can have that conversation of calling, voice clipping your best friends. Okay. So looking at following through on this and the things that happen in those first 30 days, they're most likely it's going to stay within their hot market, and you want to help them win. So you want to help them reach that fast start silver and help them with their new ambassadors do the exact same thing. So you really need to realize you're holding hands with your level ones, and then you're holding hands with your level ones, because everyone's moving together in that momentum. Their first 30 to 90 days will be critical. So make sure you're meeting their needs if they're onboarding quickly, and duplication, plugging into this system. The way that you train them, you're asking them to train their people. But if they're really moving quickly in those first 90 days, you're going to have to be hand-holding the whole time because they're still learning themselves. So the whole send, share, and invite is where you'll start moving into. Make sure that they have those standard corporate videos in their phones. They know where to find them in the units. Make sure that they have the message scripts in their phones on the units. Make sure that they're plugged into Passionate Pursuit and they're doing the IPA challenges. And I want you to always remember that as they start the process after those first 30 days and they start moving into other, warmer market, cold market, things like that, we've got the 3-day challenges, the 3-day experience, the sip and share, the business event. You want to teach them and train them how to plug into our systems so that they can start moving in the system, and then eventually you'll be able to pull back, because you know what? You're going to be training all your other level ones, right? So get them into the system quickly. At the end of the meeting, make sure that they're committed to complete what you've mutually agreed upon. So focus only on those first 7 days. And this is what you could be agreeing to, making their top 10 of their easiest people and their best people, getting their first post out there, beginning to contact maybe 2 people a day. Y'all, they agree that that is what they're going to do. And then you hold them to that commitment. Whatever they say, hold them to be accountable towards that, okay? And you're going to stay in daily communication with them in those first 7 days. How's it going? Do you have any questions? Do you need to put me into a 3-way chat? Hey, I saw you did. You do a shout out for them, right? On that first post, you see that 50 people liked it or loved it. You help them send out the messages. Man, look at everyone who liked. Now, remember what we said. We're going to go and ask those questions of them. If they watch the video and they're super excited and they're ready to order, they want to know a little bit more, put us into a 3-way chat. I will help you through the rest of that process. So that's what you're doing with them. If they fall off track, if they get scared, if they think, oh, my first person said I was crazy, and they start the roller coaster of emotions, you're there to encourage them. You're there to be positive. You're there to help them through that process. So activity is everything. We want them to take action, guys, in their first 30 days, in their first 24, 48 hours, their first 7 days. So it's literally 2, 7, 30. Your first 2 days, you're having that game plan meeting with them. The first 7 days, they've posted, they're starting to reach out in messages, and they're doing 3-way chats with you. In their first 30 days, we're seeing a win for them. You want them to get the results. You want them to win. So this is where you grow as a leader. Every one of you, you have the ability to do this. You have the ability to plug them into the systems. Embrace the idea of a new ambassador onboarding and what that system looks like. And this is how you're going to grow your legacy company. This is how you're going to impact generations to come in your family. Your mindset, it has to stay positive. You've got to help them get over the line, and you've got to move heavens for their win. Whenever I talk about getting over the line, it's like there's this invisible line. They're on one side and you're on the other. And at any time, they can say, hey, I'm not crossing the line. This is too hard. You want to get them over that line, over the hump with a win. And so that's really, really important for you to help them to do that. I want to share this with you. I'm going to switch over, and I'm going to, let's see, stop this share, and I'm going to move to another share, because if you have not seen this, it's so important. Oops, let's see if it's going to let me share this. There we go. Okay. Y'all, this is in your back office. Can y'all see this? Let's see. I don't see anybody's face but yours, Lisa. Lisa, can you see this? It is a digital roadmap to success. It is incredible. So if you could literally look at this, work through this, you need to tell them where it is, which I'm going to show you. They can literally read through exactly. Oh, I can't get it to go. Why aren't you going? It's not. There we go. Okay. Let's see if it's going to let me click. There we go. Look. It tells you everything that you need to know for commissions and compliance, all of your resources that you have at your fingertips. It talks through the power of social marketing. It works through why we're unique, why we look different than anybody else. It talks to you about taking action and your upline support and creating consistency every single day. Literally, guys, this little booklet is gold. And so you need to let them know how to find it, where it is. This right here that we just passed is, do they want to walk, do they want to run, or do they want to sprint? If they can share with you what they want to do, it allows you to help them meet those expectations. Here's the Frank's list of them building out their list. Here's the me plus 3. So it literally goes through all of, it's the greatest tool that we've ever had. Whenever you're working through with them on being able to see what's in their back office, it's so important that you take them to this training center. And you have, look right here, every area sharing system. They can go into that and it gives them all the information that they need on our send, share, and invite. And I'm not quite sure why I'm having a hard time for this going over. So it just builds it all out for them. I don't know if it's going to flip or not, guys. There we go. So it's all back here for them to be able to see it. And I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. Okay. Do y'all have any questions on our onboarding system? Has anybody ever used our onboarding system? Can I see a raise of hands of anyone who has onboarded your new ambassadors? Okay. So this is why this was such a critical. So this has been in place for a little bit over a year. We've got it in our units, and this is where I think the breakdown happens for us.